What happens when a routine confrontation inside one of Texas' most notorious prisons turns deadly and questions of justice and brutality collide? Tragedy. In August 2017, David Witt, a 41-year-old inmate at the Darrington Unit, was at the center of a violent altercation that would ultimately lead to his death. Witt, who had a history of mental health issues, resisted orders from the prison staff, prompting Sergeant Lou Joffrion to take forceful action. Captured on video, the footage shows Joffrion lifting Witt, who was handcuffed, off the ground and violently slamming him onto the hard concrete floor. The impact ruptured Witt's liver, a severe injury that led to his collapse shortly after. He briefly stood up. He was rushed to the hospital, but despite emergency surgery, Witt died just 2 hours later. For Witt's family, the aftermath of the incident was as devastating as the event itself. Although the nature of the altercation was undeniably violent, Joffrion was charged with aggravated assault, not murder. In September 2021, despite the video evidence, found Joffrion not guilty, sparking outrage among Witt's family members. Witt's sister called the incident legalized brutality, expressing disbelief at the verdict after witnessing the footage. Prison officials condemned the excessive use of force, but they pointed to a complicating factor. Witt had fentanyl in his system, which they argued could explain his erratic behavior leading up to the altercation. However, for Witt's family, the cause of his death was simple: a system that failed to protect an inmate struggling with mental health challenges. Welcome back to Chasing Crime. Today, we're delving into the controversial Texas prison known as the Darrington Unit, a facility infamous for its history of violence, unrest, and tragedy. Located in Rocheron, Texas, about 30 miles south of Houston, Darrington Unit has been a prominent part of the Texas criminal justice system since its founding in 1917. Originally established as part of Texas's vast network of prison farms, it was initially known as the Darrington Farm. These farms operated as self-sustaining entities where inmates worked in agricultural labor, producing crops and livestock that supported the prison system. This use of inmate labor was common in Texas, reflecting a broader trend of using prison farms to generate economic output. In 2022, the facility underwent a symbolic transformation when it was renamed the Memorial Unit. This change was made to honor Texas Department of Criminal Justice staff who lost their lives in the line of duty. Despite the new name, the prison's legacy remains deeply rooted in its past as one of Texas's most notorious prisons. We'll use Darrington Unit and Memorial Unit interchangeably in this video. The Memorial Unit continues to operate as a maximum security facility, housing over 1,600 inmates, many of whom are serving long sentences for violent offenses such as murder, aggravated assault, and armed robbery. One of the key factors contributing to the Memorial Unit's tough reputation is its remote location in the rural farmlands of Brazoria County. The prison's isolation creates a stark contrast between the quiet rural setting outside and the high-security environment inside. With over 75% of its inmate population classified as violent offenders, the prison faces ongoing challenges in managing its high-risk population. Gang-related violence, inmate clashes, and security threats have made the Memorial Unit one of Texas's most difficult facilities to manage. However, not all aspects of the prison's history are centered on violence. In a unique effort to bring about cultural change within the Texas prison system, the Southwestern Baptist Theological Seminary launched its Bachelor of Science in Biblical Studies program at the Darrington Unit in 2011. This program offers long-term inmates the opportunity to earn a degree in biblical studies while learning to provide spiritual counseling and guidance to their fellow prisoners. Inmates must meet strict eligibility criteria, including maintaining good behavior, having appropriate academic credentials, and being at least 10 years from the possibility of parole. The seminary program is largely funded by charitable contributions from the Heart of Texas Foundation and currently has over 150 inmates enrolled. Its goal is to equip inmates with the tools to counsel their peers, instill accountability, and foster leadership. The program aims to reduce violence and recidivism by sending graduates, known as field ministers, to other Texas prisons, where they can offer peer counseling and spiritual guidance to fellow inmates. The courses offered through the program cover a wide range of subjects, from American religious movements to contemporary issues in American culture, and students are exposed to a rigorous curriculum. Philosophical works by Aristotle, alongside religious texts, help shape the academic portion of the program. Despite the challenges of studying in a prison environment, these students are able to pursue their degrees using desktop computers and access a library stocked with books on religion. The Texas Department of Criminal Justice is hopeful that this seminary program will lead to positive transformation among inmates, with the hope that these graduates will serve as role models and positive influencers in other units. TDCJ is anticipating that their presence will help to reduce violence and promote rehabilitation across the prison system. But Darrington's troubled legacy extends beyond positive initiatives like the seminary program. In 1990, two inmates, Russell Kerr and Christopher Stout, made a daring escape from the Darrington Unit. Armed with a homemade knife, the duo locked a prison supervisor in a closet and stole a state-owned truck to break through the prison gates. This dramatic escape triggered a massive manhunt, with bloodhounds, German shepherds, and law enforcement searching the rural areas of Brazoria County. Christopher Stout, who was serving a life sentence, was recaptured after just a few days when a dog named Wiggles led authorities to his hiding spot in a camping trailer. Stout was armed with a shotgun but surrendered peacefully. Russell Kerr, serving a 60-year sentence for aggravated robbery, managed to evade capture for a little longer, eventually being arrested outside a tavern in Liverpool, Texas, where he entered seeking food. The two men were returned to Darrington, and while their escape was short-lived, it left a significant mark on the prison's history. In 2006, the Darrington Unit made headlines again when Timothy Manor, an inmate serving a sentence for auto theft, received a 40-year sentence for possessing a contraband cell phone. Manor used the phone to call his sister with no criminal activity or security breach tied to the device. However, Texas law treated the possession of contraband cell phones as a third-degree felony, leading to his extreme punishment. The Darrington Unit and other Texas prisons have long struggled with contraband issues, including cell phones, drugs, and tobacco, often smuggled in by prison staff. While inmates like Manor receive harsh sentences for possession, prison staff involved in smuggling contraband often face lighter punishments, raising concerns to some about justice disparities within the system. Let's take a look at one notable inmate currently serving their sentence at Darrington Unit. Timothy Wayne Shepard murdered and dismembered his ex-girlfriend, Tynesha Stewart, a Texas A&M student, over jealousy over her new relationship. Shepard burned her remains on a grill on his apartment balcony over several days, emitting foul-smelling smoke that eventually drew attention from neighbors. Despite calls to 911, authorities didn't uncover the crime until Stewart was reported missing. Shepard was charged with murder, and the case remains one of the most horrific crimes in Houston's recent memory. The Darrington Unit, now the Memorial Unit, is no stranger to violence, controversy, and tragedy. The facility's history is marked by conflict and loss. As the Southwestern Seminary Program aims to bring positive change to the prison, one question remains: can reform reshape a facility with such a troubled legacy? Thank you for watching Chasing Crime, where we uncover the hidden stories behind America's most infamous prisons. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Stay safe.